All right, let's get right into it. The United States has just kicked off something huge, a new national mission to totally transform scientific discovery using AI. It's called the Genesis mission, and people are already comparing it to legendary efforts like the Manhattan Project and the Apollo program. So what is this thing really? How's it supposed to work, and why now? To really get the Genesis mission, you have to feel the urgency behind it. This quote right here, it says it all. This isn't just a small policy tweak. This signals a massive shift in thinking, away from the old, slow, careful way of doing things and straight into a high-stakes, high-speed race for global tech dominance. And this is what that shift actually looks like. The old playbook, well, it was a relic. Think of a slow, clunky conveyor belt from the lab to the real world that could take decades. It was terrified of risk, totally bogged down in red tape. But the new playbook? It's all about speed. It's about being agile, questioning everything, scrapping what doesn't work, and, as they say, to accelerate like hell. Now, this new, faster playbook is being plugged directly into the military. The objective? To build an AI-first warfighting force. And we're not just talking about bolting AI onto old tanks and planes. No, this is about completely reimagining warfare from the ground up. But, and this is a big but, to have an AI-first military, you need to be number one in the tech that powers it all. And that creates a very urgent problem. So, how do you do it? How do you actually fuel a national AI arms race? What does it take to guarantee your country has the scientific and tech advantage it needs to come out on top? Well, the answer seems to be a historic, all-hands-on-deck mobilization of the nation's entire scientific might. And that, right there, is the Genesis mission. Kicked off by an executive order, it's this massive national push to, and I quote, unleash a new age of AI-accelerated innovation. And trust me, when they throw around comparisons to the Manhattan Project, that's not just for dramatic effect. It's meant to signal the incredible scale, the top-level priority of this whole thing. At its heart, the mission is trying to hit two birds with one stone. First, fix what's being called the productivity problem in American science. The fact that research discoveries have kind of flatlined, even while the budgets have skyrocketed. And second, to take that supercharged scientific engine and use it to win the global tech race. So yeah, it's about making science faster and better, all to make sure America stays ahead. Okay, so that's the what and the why, but what about the how? How in the world is the Genesis mission actually supposed to work? Let's pop the hood and take a look inside the discovery engine they're building. The core of this whole operation is something called the American Science and Security Platform, and the ambition here is just staggering. They're literally trying to build the single most powerful scientific instrument on the entire planet. The idea, led by the Department of Energy, is to bring all of America's massive government datasets and supercomputers together under one roof. But here's the kicker. It's not just a giant hard drive for scientists. The real goal is to create something genuinely game-changing. A closed-loop engine for discovery. This is the part where AI stops being just a tool for crunching numbers and actually becomes an active partner in doing the science. So here's how this crazy loop works. It all starts by feeding the platform decades of federal scientific data. Then they train specialized AI models on all that data, so they can understand really complex systems, physics, biology, you name it. From there, AI agents use what they've learned to come up with new ideas and even design experiments to test them. Then, and this is wild, robotic labs actually run those experiments automatically. Finally, all the new results get fed right back into the AI. It creates this rapid-fire cycle of discovery without the usual human bottlenecks slowing everything down. So you have this incredibly powerful new engine. Where do you point it first? Well, the mission is kicking off by zeroing in on 6 absolutely critical areas. First on the list is advanced manufacturing. The idea here is to use AI to design and build things way faster, more efficiently, and with insane precision. Just imagine an AI designing a new, super strong, lightweight alloy for a jet engine in a few days instead of the years it takes now. Second up, biotechnology. This is a huge new arena for global competition. We're talking about everything from designing brand new medicines to engineering entirely new biological systems. This can mean things like personalized cancer treatments made just for your DNA, or crops that can actually thrive in a changing climate. Third is critical materials, and this one is all about national security. The mission is aimed at finding new materials and better ways to get them, so America doesn't have to rely on other countries for things like rare earth minerals. You know, the stuff that's in everything from your phone to our missile systems? Number 4 is a big one: nuclear fission and fusion energy. The dream here is that AI can be the key to unlocking clean, powerful, and nearly limitless energy. It could literally help us accelerate our way to solving the energy crisis for good. Fifth, we have quantum information science. This is another major strategic battleground. It's all about developing the next generation of mind-bendingly powerful computers. I'm talking about machines that could crack basically any encryption we use today, which makes them a massive national security issue. And last but not least, number 6, semiconductors and microelectronics. The chips, they're the brains behind our entire digital civilization. Being the world leader in designing and making them is non-negotiable, because whoever controls the most advanced chips has an incredible strategic edge. So when you step back and look at all these different pieces, the new sense of urgency, this incredible AI discovery engine, the focus on these critical technologies, you start to see the grand vision taking shape. It really all boils down to 3 main goals. 1, reverse the slowdown in scientific progress. 2, build a totally new engine for discovery by combining AI, big data, and robotics. And 3, use that engine to lock in a decisive strategic advantage for the United States for the rest of the 21st century. And that brings us right back to where we started. See, even though the Genesis mission is a civilian science project, its success is deeply connected to national security. All those technologies it's designed to master, from quantum to advanced materials, they have dual uses. They are the fundamental building blocks you absolutely need to create and maintain that AI-first warfighting force. So what's the big takeaway here? The Genesis mission is basically a giant bet. It's a bet that the future belongs to the nation that doesn't just innovate a little bit faster, but that completely rewrites the rules of how we innovate in the first place. The end goal isn't just to win the race we're in now, it's to build an engine so powerful that it changes the game forever.